In today's video, I'm going to show you how to reseal a leaking aquarium. We're going to go through step by step on how to reseal a fish tank. This is the aquarium that we're going to be resealing today. Sorry about my voice. I actually have COVID right now, as funny as that sounds, but I'm stuck home and it's like, why not use the time wisely, right? When aquariums leak on people, they will commonly ask, can I repair or patch my leaking aquarium? Can I patch it with silicone? The short answer is no, because silicone does not bond to a ready dried silicone. That means that you have to remove all of the silicone on all the seals and reseal the entire aquarium. It's really the only way to do it. People hate hearing this, but it's just the bitter truth. All right, guys, let's start this project of resealing this aquarium. I'm gonna go through step-by-step guide on how you can do this because it's really simple. The supplies that you're going to need to reseal your aquarium are going to be silicone, aquarium grade, do some research on that, flat razor blades, the device that holds the flat razor blades, acetone, or you can also use isopropyl alcohol, a caulking gun, and I would highly advise that you use a bright light because it will help you to kind of clean up. All right, so step number one in resealing your aquarium is to remove the silicone. This is where we're going to be using the flat razor blade. The trick with this is to get the blade in between the glass and the silicone itself. What we're trying to do is kind of wreck the seal or the adhesion which the silicone has with the glass. There's a couple different methods to do this. You can kind of just sit there and jab at it, just back and forth, or you can kind of go like a cutting up and down vertical motion. It's really up to you, but we're just trying to remove the beads of silicone that hold all the panes of glass together. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna give you a little forewarning here. This is gonna take you a lot longer than you probably think, and you gotta have the right mindset going into this. Because if you're thinking this is going to take you super short amounts of time and you rush it, it's probably not going to go well. Because my personal experience, I've done this on a bunch of aquariums and I've had maybe like 30% of the aquariums leak on me even after I resealed them. So I gotta forewarn you, you gotta be really patient and make sure that you clean all of the silicone off of the glass because that's gonna be the major thing that screws all this up. All of this is in the prep work. You have to remove 100% of the old silicone. Like I was saying, if you need to switch up blades and throw in a new one inside of your blade holder, go ahead and do so because glass actually is a stone, and as you pick away at this, the blades do kind of dull. Whenever I'm resealing an aquarium that's leaking, I always try to envision as I'm removing the silicone of what my new aquarium is going to look like. I try to envision this newly set up planted aquarium, or maybe it's a cichlid tank, whatever it is, and I just try to envision what the end product is going to be like because that kind of keeps me motivated, and hopefully that will help you stay motivated as well because picking out all the silicone does suck and it is time sensitive, or you know, it's a time void. But step number two, once you have all the silicone removed from the aquarium seals, what we're going to want to do now is to remove all the silicone. Throw all the big chunks in the garbage, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a vacuum cleaner. I highly advise you find a shop vac. This is going to save you. What we're going to be doing is tons and tons of vacuuming, trying to get up all those little pieces of silicone because we don't want any of the old pieces of silicone getting into the new seal of silicone. We've completely removed all the old silicone from all the seals and we did a good job vacuuming it so it's really clean. God, I keep seeing all these purple lights in the glare. It's hilarious. Actually, it's not, but it is what it is. So guys, the next step is we need to remove all of the silicone residue. We remove the beads of silicone, but check this out. As you can see, there's still a residue that's left behind from the silicone. This is what we have to razor blade off of the glass next. And this is it's gonna take less time, but you need to make sure to do a very good job on this. Because if this residue is left behind and we try to reseal it with silicone, the silicone is absolutely not going to adhere to the glass. It needs to be pure glass to silicone contact for it to work. This is me. This is time lapse of probably 25 minutes of just going to town on this. Next step, after we have cleaned the residue completely from the glass, now we're going to use acetone with a paper towel, and we are going to go in all of the seams with acetone. Be very careful not to use too much, just because there is a silicone in between the panes holding them together still, and we don't want to break that up because acetone will break it up. What we're doing essentially is just cleaning the glass for surface contact of all oils. It's eating up the silicone residue that might have been left behind. This acetone is going to be your best friend, and I would highly advise not to skip this step because it's going to be huge when it comes to contact, surface area, and adhesion with that next silicone seal. The goal here with the acetone and cloth is to make sure we are cleaning all oils and residues from the surface of the glass. We're removing all the old silicone residue because the acetone will eat it up. We're just making sure it's as clean as possible for the next seal of silicone. We are to the final stage, finally, right? So we have completely removed the silicone, we've removed the silicone residue, we acetoned everything off of the glass, all the oils, all of everything. Now we are ready for new silicone. Get your silicone. This is the easy part. I get excited about this. Cut the tip. That better not have went in a fish tank. And yeah, put it in your caulking gun. So, and again, there's different methods to do this. You know, there's probably 100 videos on the internet on how to re-silicone aquariums. This is just my style. So, we are ready to go. Some people, what they'll do is they'll use masking tape on the seams. I'm not that picky. And I have confidence that I can silicone a decent bead in here. When applying the new silicone, it really helps to kind of make like a 45-degree cut at the tip or the head of the silicone. And all you do is just slowly start squeezing the trigger and the silicone should come out. The idea is to lay the caulking or the silicone till we have a nice bead of silicone. You don't want it too thick, but you want it thick enough. And like I told you guys, some people prefer to lay masking tape to make sure that the silicone doesn't ooze out everywhere, and that way you get kind of like a nicer looking seal on it. But I feel like this is pretty simple. All you have to do is just leave a bead of silicone in all the panes of the glass, and then what we're going to do is use some gloves, and then we're just going to run our fingers through there to kind of make sure that the silicone is smushed down and adhered to all the surfaces. So as you can see right here with the gloves, highly advise wearing gloves. Just lightly push down on the silicone, and that kind of just ensures that it's getting surface area on both sections of glass. Adding the new silicone is actually only like 10% of this project's work. It's all in removing all that old stuff. It really does suck. Well guys, that about wraps up this project of how to reseal a leaking aquarium. Make sure to give your silicone 24 hours to dry, and we are now water testing all of the new silicone. The seams look pretty good. See, you don't even necessarily have to take them off for them to look nice. Guys, this isn't rocket science. It's more or less all of the work in removing and ensuring that we have all the old silicone out, so that we can properly degrease and re-silicone the new silicone. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it helped you learn how to reseal a leaking fish aquarium. Fish tanks are my life. Chances are if you love fish tanks, we're gonna get along. So please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Without further ado, have a great day.